Good morning, everybody. This is the Personal Playlist Podcast, fondly referred to as the P3 on VoiceEd Radio. I'm Noah Daniel.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand.
I am so excited to have VaneSSa Vakharia here on the Personal Playlist Podcast. VaneSSa is the founder and director of The Math Guru, a cool boutique math and science tutoring studio in Toronto. She's also the author of Math Hacks, a new book that makes math fun, stress-free, and relatable for young kids and their parents. VaneSSa has her Bachelor of Commerce, teaching degree, Master's of Math Education. She specializes in teenage engagement in math with a focus on reinventing media representation of what it means to be smart while simultaneously destroying stereotypes which tell women they need to choose between beauty and brains. Her goals are to be the Lady Gaga famous, totally change math culture so that STEM is as cool and accessible as Taylor Swift's song. Welcome to the show, VaneSSa.
Thank you. Wow, what a great, exciting intro.
I'm so happy when Tamara told me about you because I started to learn a little bit about your work, and just seeing some of the bio pieces leaves me with so many questions. But before we get into some of the educational pieces, you're the founding member you're one of the founding members of Goodnight Sunrise, this not just rock and roll band, but like described as an indie rock and roll super fun dance party band from Toronto. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. We are what we sound like, a super fun indie rock dance party band. We started the band, me and my friend David, started it 8 years ago. So we've been a band for 8 years, and it is quite the adventure. So yeah, that is basically one of my very, very full-time jobs, is not only performing in the band, but I manage the band with David. We do all of our own show booking and PR and recording. So it's really exciting, but
for sure. But I guess some of your math skills come into play there.
Math is all about problem solving. So yeah, definitely.
When you failed math, what gave you the grit that you needed to not just go back and persevere, but eventually pursue a master's?
So actually, it's really interesting because I think I was actually really good at math when I was younger, and I liked it. But as I got older, I really started identifying as an artsy person. You know, we have this really weird dichotomy in society of being like, oh my God, we're either right brain or left brain, or we're creative or we're logical. And I really got caught up in this total stereotypical myth. So I really wanted to be a famous rock star and marry Keanu Reeves. That was like my life dream, like still is, not going to lie. And so when I wasn't doing well at math, no one really thought it was weird. You know, like my friends and teachers were like, yep, like you're more of the creative type. It makes sense that you're not great at math. And I was like, yeah, that must be it. Well, my parents were like not so down with me like hitchhiking to LA and like finding Keanu Reeves. So they were like, yeah, you need to graduate high school. We're sending you to an alternative school. And so I went to this school, and it was so different. Like there was no such thing as like a creative person or a logical person. It was a small school. It was like super hippie vibes. We called teachers by their first names. And it was like
what school was it?
It was called SOLA.
Okay.
School. It was so amazing. It no longer exists, but it changed my life. I went into because I hated school. Like I was like, ugh, oh my God, I'm above this. I'm born to be famous, you know, like, and school's it was always so gross and restrictive to me. But when I went to this school, it was like just the vibe, you know, it was like, it really spoke to me. So I walked into my math class, and my math teacher, I said to her, I was like, yeah, just so you know, you're going to have a really hard time with me. I'm not a math person. And she looked at me and she was like, you're not a what? And I was like, a math person. And she was like, yeah, cool. That's not a thing. And I was like, what? And she was like, how about you just like try and do math? And I was like, oh, like, and I got a 99 in grade 12 math. It was crazy. And we are best friends to this day. And yeah, It was completely like, yeah, it was just such an eye-opening. I mean, she's the one who helped me edit my math book that I just published. Like, it really changed my life because I had been taught for so long that you had to be the type of person. Like, we have this myth of innate ability in education, right? We use the word talent way more often than we should. We say things like, you have a gift way more often than we should. Like, those things are really harmful. And I just thought I wasn't a math person. And once I realized I was, it changed my entire life, not just for math. I don't care about the math, but realizing that I was innately capable of something I'd been taught I wasn't was a real eye opener for me.
That compartmentalization that so often comes from external factors as opposed to internal ones are one of those challenges in education that we talk a lot about, and in terms of school in general and the purpose of school. And ideally, school is a place where you get to foster your many gifts and you get to see yourself in many ways and get to be whatever it is you feel like being. And I think that sadly that school is no longer with us, but we have lots of different places. It's sad, I think, that we call them alternative schools, because I wish every school could be a place that every person can see and be themselves. So you get out of school and you have this acumen and you have this bevy of skills. And then how did you end up balancing a life where you're both teaching and pursuing your rock and roll dreams?
Well, to be honest, like that realization in math class is the only reason I think I pursued music, because I had actually been like kicked out of vocal class and the Kiwanis Festival. And I also tried out for Pop Stars. I don't know if you remember that show. And I literally waited 8 hours in line and sang like one line of I'll Never Break Your Heart by the Backstreet Boys and got kicked off stage. So I also did not believe I was a music person. But this whole math awakening like really, really kind of inspired me to go after it again, And so I kind of, people often say to me like, oh my God, you have these two separate lives. It must be so tough. And like, for sure it's tough just time wise. Like, of course, having two full-time things, which I feel like everyone in Toronto has, because everyone has like 30 side hustles. Like, it's not even unique anymore to be like, oh my God, I'm so busy. I'm like, yeah, everyone has 10 jobs, whatever. But like, time-wise, it's a struggle, but actually like emotionally and logically, the two fit together really, really well, because both of them are just simply about empowerment at the core of it. Like empowering not only myself, but empowering the people I interact with through education and through music.
Wow. I love that. And I kind of want to use it as our segue, because the show is a bit about empowerment. It's about empowering your narrative through the song choices that you have. So on this show, people bring me 3 songs: a nostalgic song, a song that reflects their identity, and a song that lifts them up, picks them up, or inspires or motivates them. And you brought me 3 songs by your band. And that's a really cool new thing that's happening here. And I'm so happy that you were empowered to do that. I hope that through this show, I'm empowering you to tell your story in a way that feels fantastic. So why don't we start with how you chose these 3 songs of all the songs that you guys have written and produced over the last 8 years?
Sure. Well, I think, we've been writing music for 8 years now. And I guess it always just reminds me, it's funny because it's such a, like an audio recording, like an audio journal of how far we've come, I guess. Like, when you like write in a diary and you journal, and like, I don't know if you ever go back and read on that stuff, that's pretty crazy. I did that once and I was like, oh my God, what is my life? But when you do that and you're like, oh my God, like, wow, you notice certain patterns, and it's easy to feel like you're not really ever progressing. Like, like things change usually very slowly, day by day, week by week, year by year. And so it's easy to feel like there isn't any huge monumental change, but I find like listening to our music, I can like see it. Like I can like hear the growth, and I can like hear the years of vocal lessons that I finally decided to take, like all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you know what I mean? So it's a really cool, like, imprint of your past, present, and future kind of. So that's why I think I felt really tied to those songs, and the ones I chose, they are all more recent, but I think they all kind of highlight a different aspect of what music has helped me do in terms of empowering my life and empowering the lives of others.
Okay, well, let's begin with your nostalgic song. You had said before that it covered another song?
So the nostalgic song is a cover of Song for a Winter's Night. And so it's kind of funny. So me and David Kochberg are the 2 founders of the band. And I am obsessed with Christmas. Okay. Like I'm obsessed. I'm one of those like crazy people that like October 31st, I'm like, okay, Halloween's about to be over. Let's get all the Christmas decorations up. And I've always been like obsessed with Christmas. Well, like David's Jewish and he could not care less about Christmas. And every year for our whole band, I'm like, David, I really want to cover a Christmas song. And he's like, I don't want to cover a Christmas song. Like I have no, like, and I finally, after 8 years of beating him down, convinced him that the magic of Christmas isn't about like, it has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with holidays. It has to do with the fact that we live in Toronto and we need to get excited about something because it's so cold. Like we need to actually find a magic in the entire season or we're like really emotionally screwed. And like, it's his realization of being like, oh my God, like I get it. Like we both hate winter so much. And so this year, he finally agreed and we found this song, which has always been my favorite song. It was like my Christmas song with every single ex-boyfriend I had, like every winter since I was in high school. And it's called Song for a Winter's Night. And it's not really a Christmas song. That's the whole point. It's a winter song. It's all about the magic of winter and like that whole romantic nostalgia of like being with someone you love when it's so cold outside and like the snow falling and it's this whole like beautiful thing. So it was kind of like our compromise, not really compromise. I think it was like a joint like beauty that we both found out of this like, I don't know. I can't even like really articulate it, but like my love for Christmas and our disdain for the winter and our like perseverance in being like, we are going to make this a magical season. And so that's why the song is beautiful. And it's originally a Gordon Lightfoot song, but the version I always listened to when I was younger was the Sarah McLachlan version. So we took that and we covered it like Goodnight Sunrise style. So we did it a way no one really ever has before. Like Blue Rodeo has also covered it, but we did it in a really dancey, like upbeat sort of like magical twinkly way.
Okay, well,
that was a really long rant.
It was a great rant. I can't wait to hear the song though, so let's play it. Really enjoyed recording that.
It was really, really fun. It was really fun, and it was like something, honestly, I'd like to record a song I've loved for like 20 years was by like an artist that really inspired me so much. Like Sarah McLachlan was always my favorite artist growing up. So it's not by her, but whatever. Same thing.
Well, every new rendition of a song becomes that artist's song, and it's hard to separate it sometimes from the original because it's the one that connects most to you. And that's really a perfect transition to our next song choice because this song is about you as a person, your sense of identity. So of your songs, why does this song speak to you the most?
So that song, I would definitely go with Remember Now. And it's like, it's such a important song for us. That is the first song where we really feel like we captured the essence of our band. You know, we've recorded 2 albums, a couple of EPs, like a bunch of singles before then. And this song we released in 2017, and it's kind of the first song that really put us on the mark. You know, like we got it on some radio stations. It's the song that actually got us chosen to open for Bon Jovi at the Air Canada Center last year, which was literally the craziest thing ever.
I need to hear more about that because I saw that when I was, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, so
yeah, I'll tell you about that for sure.
Had a contest? Is that how it began?
Okay, well, so like if you want to get super mushy about Bon Jovi, because who doesn't? Whenever he tours, I know. Well, because he's just the greatest guy. So when he tours, he always finds a local opening band to support him because he doesn't need to tour with a supporting band, right? Like no one cares. Everyone just wants to see Bon Jovi. So to give a band the same break that he got when he was younger, that's what he does. He makes it a point to find a local band in every city he plays. How cute!
Did I not know that?
So anyway,
that should be something everybody knows about him. Wow.
I know, but like no one really knows. I know. Like what a guy. Anyway, so for this tour, Q107 put a call out with Bon Jovi for bands. So we applied and they chose us. And it was largely because of that song, Remember Now.
Well, wow.
So yeah, kind of like the biggest deal ever. And the whole message of that song is all about just all the highs and lows that are inevitable, not only in the music industry, obviously, but just in life, like even through it all, to just always be remembering this moment, which I think we're always trying so hard to do and like really struggling with. I know that's a theme in so many people's lives, but that was what that song was about. I think we were going through a really hard time as a band and just reminding ourselves that, you know, there's a past and a future to everything, but the present is all you can really live for at the moment, and to remember how awesome it is, or to remember to really, really feel it, not forget.
Well, and that got you a place in history in many ways. And it's so exciting that, you know, this was something that takes you back and grinds you into like that very essence of who you are as a band, and also celebrates you moving forward. So let's play that song.
Even in the darkness, even in the dead of night, even when the sun sets, even in the fading light, even when the clouds part, even when the lightning strikes, even when the storm starts, even when the time feels right. Remember when you said it was simple, remember when you said it was hard, remember when you said we were closer because we had come so far. Remember when you said it was easy, remember when you said it was tough, remember. Distance, even in the morning light, even in forgiveness, even when we lose the fight, even in the shadows, even when we lose our sight, even when it matters, even when we make it right. Remember when you said it was simple, remember when you said it was hard, remember when you said we were closer because we had come so far. Remember when you said it was easy, remember when you said it was tough, remember.
And then when did Jordan and Paul join the band?
So actually the band is really just David and I. We are a 4-piece, and when we play live, we're a 4-piece, but the core of the band is just David and I. When we started, Paul was our drummer. And we had a bassist named Andrew, and over the years, it just sort of like they left the band and we have people filling in here and there. But when we play live, we just play with different bassists and drummers. We don't have like a permanent rhythm section.
That's so cool. So having the dual vocals must really add dimension to a lot of your music, because I hear how you guys fluidly transfer back and forth. I guess you live in downtown.
I was just about to be like, oh my God, are you hearing all these sirens? I honestly think it's like getting even worse recently. Like I feel like there are constantly sirens, and I notice it every time I go to a small town and there are no sirens. And when I come back here, I'm like, why is there constantly an emergency? It really gets me on edge.
It's a large concentration of people. It just happens like that.
I know, but I think because like you associate a siren with something bad, that like it's constantly, I don't know, it really actually gets to me. Like I get really stressed out. I'm always like, oh my God, I hope that person's okay. Like where are they going? What's happening?
Yes, it can be ominous, that constant, but you could also be hopeful that they're getting the help that they need.
I know. You know, I need to look at it that way. I need to like really reframe my attitude around it. Okay, thanks for the pep talk.
It's my nature, but yay.
No, that's good.
Sometimes when bands and people are doing the things that they do and life can like seem out of balance, you need like that tune to, you know, perk you up or to get you excited or to get you right in the zone that you need to be in. So of all your songs, why did you choose this last one?
Okay, so I'm so excited. So Feel Good was actually just released 2 weeks ago. And the music video has just been released.
And it's going to drop here on the Personal Playlist podcast.
So it's very exciting because it's new, but also I love this song because it's all about it. When I wrote it, it had like a really strong vibe. Like I knew exactly what it was about when I was writing it. And it's all about consent and respect and just respecting everyone's right to feel good and not ever thinking you have the right to feel good at the expense of others. So I love the message. And also I am like a house music girl. Like I come from a background of like either listening to like Tiesto EDM or listening to Britney Spears. Like those are my jams. And we've always like thought of ourselves as this really like dance rock band, but we've been trying to incorporate more and more dancey elements. And this is like, I think by far a huge step in production for us. And it's really dancey and upbeat, which I like because if you see us live, we are like such a powerhouse live. Like we have so much energy and we have confetti and glow sticks and like drum jams. And it's like such a big thing. It's really hard to capture that on just a recording. And I think this is one of the first songs that does it. Like you want to kind of dance around your apartment and just like kind of shout the lyrics. And like that to me is like the best thing for any song to be.
That is exciting. Let's play it. And yes, it doesn't drop here on the podcast, but it will drop on the blog post that goes with it, and we'll celebrate it in every way possible. So here is your new song, newly released, Feel Good.
Late night party vibes, talking real close now. Moonlight settings right, we're just hanging out. You know what you know, choosing all your chances. I hope what I hope, but I have my doubts. You don't even think to ask me, so I can't say no. I wanna feel good, won't you make me? I wanna feel good. I wanna feel good, won't you let me? I wanna feel good like I know I could, good like I know I should. Bar side, super tight, buying all my shots tonight. Super nice, should think twice, so I spit them out. You pay what you pay, buying my naivete. I say what I say, but you don't hear me out. You don't even seem to notice that I wanna go. You don't even think to ask me, so I can't say no. Oh, I wanna feel good, won't you make me? I wanna feel good. I wanna feel good, won't you let me? I wanna feel good.
I am feeling good. Sorry, I had
it's
to.
right
I had
there.
to.
How
I'm
could
so
you not?
sorry.
You have a lot coming up, though. You guys are super busy. You guys are starting Canadian Music Week, and then you have a lot of appearances.
Yeah. We are super pumped. This is going to be our biggest summer yet. We just released Feel Good. We have 2 summer singles coming out this summer, and we're working on new videos, and we haven't really said anything about it yet, so I don't want to be too revealing, but we have a very large tour planned this summer, our biggest one ever. So we're really, really excited. And yeah, we're playing Canadian Music Week. So if you're in Toronto, we have a few shows. You should come see us. And we've got a ton of shows planned, like sort of around Ontario and a bunch of festivals we have announced and a bunch that we haven't. So just kind of stay tuned to our social media pages and follow us and stuff. And all that kind of stuff will be posted. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of exciting stuff coming up, and we're really, really excited to make this the
Okay,
best
well,
year.
I'm thrilled to be able to put links in and get people going there. Where are they going to find the Math Guru? You.
So the Math Guru, right, me. Okay, so the Math Guru you can find at the Math Guru on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter, although I don't tweet a lot, but chat me up, maybe I'll respond. You can also find me at themathguru.ca, but I do tons of stuff through social media, and actually we have just opened our pop-up study lounge for exam season, which is a really cool study spot, the only one in North America where it's like a co-working space for kids. So you can find that if you go to the Math Guru on Instagram. The Insta handle for the study lounge is posted on my bio, so check that out.
Cool.
For sure.
I know this is certainly a season where people need support, and let's talk a little bit about where people can find math hacks.
Sure. So Math Hacks, which is my book that I published with Scholastic in September. It's a really, really fun book for kids grade 3 to 6 and their parents and adults. Anyone who's been scared of math for a while. It explains concepts in a really fun way. And there's 40 pages of actual hacks that we need for education. So how to study properly, how to beat math anxiety, how to beat test anxiety, how to just be healthy overall. Lots of stuff to help with mental health and the stress that accompanies education. And you can find that at any Indigo location or at Amazon.ca.
Okay, we'll definitely have links to that, and I'll make sure the cover's on there. Is there anything you want us to know before I play you out?
What do I want you to know? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything specific that I want you to know. I want to say thanks for having me on, and I hope that if anyone takes anything away from this, it's that you can do whatever the heck you want in life because you're the only one who can stop yourself. That's pretty much it. Just one little.
That's a golden nugget right there.
You can do it. Exactly. And to remember that you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket.
Okay, well, it's good that you are buying lots of tickets, and I hope that you achieve all the Lady Gaga stardom that you deserve. And whatever happens, I think that the messaging around being who you are and not compartmentalizing yourself and allowing the world to do that for you is something that I hear in the music and in your words. I can't wait to see your band. I'm definitely going to try to get to the Sound of Music Festival, especially because I love being in Burlington for that, but also because I really want to see you guys. And I don't get out to the Horseshoe that often anymore, but I can try. Anyway, I hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you. You too. I loved this.
Oh, yay. Me too. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us on the P3, the Personal Playlist Podcast. I'm Noah Daniel. This is VaneSSa Radio, and I hope you have a fantastic day.